The first thing you want to do is make a dock. And on this dock, you want to put all your pictures on as much as you want. You then go on Google and pick a picture of your choice. So the picture I'm using is Jennie and Lisa from Blackpink. Then after I pick a picture, I copy the image. After I copy the image, I go back on my docs. Then I paste the image on the paper. After I paste the image on the paper, I will shrink the image to the size that I feel that is satisfied. So here I have some other examples of a picture. So the total of my picture is 4. Then after I choose all my image, I'll go and print my pictures.
I'll never catch him while I'm this small. Curious butterflies.
You mean bread and butterflies?
Oh, yes, of course.
So the first thing you need is a paper cutter, but it's okay if you don't have one, you can always use scissors. But I find this paper cutter more easier because it'll give you more straighter lines. So right now what I'm doing is cutting the paper to make a more Polaroid shape for my image. So the Polaroid shape that I'm doing is more of the old school Polaroid, which was the big cameras back in the day, and their Polaroids will be so big. But that's the Polaroid style that I'm doing. So the bottom is more thicker and the sides are more thinner. So here is my first example of how it looks like. So I find this way more easier because the only thing I did was print a picture and putting it on the dock paper and then printing it out. And then what I'm doing is just cutting it to the Polaroid form, when the harder way people did on YouTube was print out a Polaroid template and then putting a picture in that template and then printing it out, then cutting it, which I find that more harder to do when this is so much easier to do yourself. The next step you want to do is grab a more thicker paper and then grab your Polaroid and glue the back. After you glue the back, you want to stick it on the thicker paper. So this is how it should look like. Then you repeat the same step. So the next step that I'm doing is cutting all the extra paper that I have and then cutting the shape as the original Polaroid as it is. So what I'm doing right now is just cutting around the original Polaroid image. The reason why is because after when I'm done cutting it, the Polaroid will be more stable and not as flimsy as the original paper. And as you guys can tell, the Polaroids look more stable and not flimsy as before. And as you guys can see, you guys can write any message down below. And the message that I wrote for Rose was chipmunk because she's my cute little chipmunk. And here you can use any string as your choice. And then you just need 2 clear pins and then small brown clips or any color clips as you want. So the last thing that I'm doing is pinning down my strings and then just putting on my clips and my Polaroids together. So you can design it as you want. You don't have to copy what I'm doing. But as you guys can see below, I did make a Polaroid already. I did Taeyang and Jimin, and yeah. So after when you're done, this is how your Polaroid should come out to look like. That's it for this video. Hope you guys like it. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, hit that bell button so you guys can keep in touch with my videos, and I'll be back with more. Bye!